Oh, it's recording. Duh. Hello everyone. I'm back for another video. Yes, first video of April. I'm so excited. I was gonna do a March favorites, but I don't know. I think it's a little too late for that. But April favorites. I'm definitely gonna do one. Promise. I promise I'm gonna do April favorites. So anyway, this video is going to be a little helper video. You know those little helper videos? I like them because it helps you save money, number one, and number two, it helps you know what's good out there, what's bad out there with makeup and whatnot. So today I'm going to talk about my powders that I have and my thoughts on the powders that I have. I only have like 5, but I think 5 is good enough to give you an idea of what to buy or what's good out there. They're all drugstore, so you don't have to worry about prices, but yeah, let's get started. So the first powder that I have is the Pure Minerals 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup, and it has SPF 15. That's the packaging, and my color is tan, and this is what it looks like. Oop. It's a powder foundation for summertime usually, but you can use it as a setting powder if you want to. I used it as a setting powder once before, but I think this is better for like a powder foundation. The coverage on this, it's medium. You won't get full coverage from this, but it's not cakey. It doesn't feel heavy on your skin. It does leave a little bit of a white cast because it has SPF in it, but what can you do? It has 0.28 ounces or 8 grams, which is not a lot. It's really not that much. The packaging is deceiving. It's very thick packaging, but if you look really closely, that little silver part, yeah, that's pretty much all the product that you get. But powders take forever to go through, so I don't think that's really a big problem. The way I apply it, I use my e.l.f. flat top brush, the black one. You've seen me use it probably. It's amazing. It really helps for powder foundations like these. It gives it a little bit more coverage without being cakey, so that helps. There's not really a smell. It smells like powder. There's no perfume, there's no fragrance in it, so if you have sensitive skin, I think this will work pretty well for you. Oil control, it doesn't make me that oily because it is a powder. Powders usually tend to not make you that oily anyway, but of course I would like use a setting spray or something. That's just me because I'm very oily, but it doesn't like oil up on me that fast because it is a powder. So for you oily or combination skin people out there, I think this would be good for you. Dry skin, this might even work for you because it's not cakey or anything, and it doesn't emphasize dry spots and whatnot. So overall, would I repurchase this? Maybe, if I can ever finish it. But also this might be a little too light for me, so but there is a lot of shade selections on their website. I believe this is $26, which sounds like a lot, but I think it's pretty good. It never broke me out or anything, so yeah, I'd give it a try. Okay, next powder that I have, it's a new powder that I picked up like a month ago. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the color Warm, and or Sun, no, not the color Warm, the undertone Warm, color W6 Sun Beige. There we go. So that's what it looks like. This powder is so soft. It's so finely milled, it's ridiculous. I'm wearing it today. It is so soft. It doesn't seep into your pores at all. It doesn't accentuate your pores. It just glides right over your skin. It leaves you pretty matte, I would say, and it's not cakey at all or anything. It's awesome. I like this powder a lot. I don't think this would be really good as a like foundation powder. This is just really good for a setting powder, but it does provide a little bit more coverage. So if you already have like the True Match foundation on and set it with this, it does give you a little bit more coverage, so that's good. So it's not like totally like translucent or anything. This comes in 0.33 ounces or 9.5 grams, and if you open it right, there is a Is there a powder puff? Yeah, there's a powder puff in here. I can't get to it. Oh, there we go. So you undo it on the bottom, and there's the puff. And there's a mirror conveniently there. I don't use the puff. I never use the puff, but it's convenient. I believe this retails for $8 to $9 at the drugstore. I'm pretty sure that's what it retails for. So it's not that expensive. It's under $10 for sure. For sure it's under $10. This doesn't break me out. It doesn't make me oily. It actually helps a little bit with my oil. I don't know why. Maybe because of the consistency is very like smooth. That might be the reason, but it doesn't really make me that oily, and it helps with my oil control a little bit. So would I repurchase this? Yeah, I would repurchase this. It's actually a really nice powder. It's pretty good for drugstore, so yeah, I repurchased this. Next one is a very, very, very affordable one, and it is the e.l.f. Clarifying Pressed Powder. I have no clue what color I'm in. I think it says tone 3. The thing like rubbed off, but I think I'm tone 3. This powder, I used this when I was just beginning with makeup, kind of, because I didn't want to spend too much money on something that I wasn't sure of because I was a beginner. But this is what it looks like. It's a little too light for me, I think. The consistency, it's actually rather soft for $1. So that's good, but it doesn't give that much coverage, I don't think. No, not really, not as much as the True Match, but if you're looking for something like on the go, or if like you lose your favorite powder and have nothing else but this laying around, I would use this. It's not that bad, it's not that good either. It sets your makeup, but this actually kind of does make me a little oily because it doesn't really help with my oil like a powder should. But it does set your makeup, but this does fade very, very fast. But what do you expect from something that's $1? So this is really good for beginners that don't want to spend that much money on a powder, but still want to try something. I would definitely try this out. It doesn't come in that many shades, but it's worth a try. So you can get this on e.l.f.'s website, or I saw it at Kmart, I think. I'm not sure if it's at the drugstore. Are e.l.f. products at the drugstore? I'm not sure. They might be, but yeah, this is where you can get it. So it's just $1, so you can't go wrong with that. Next powder is another e.l.f. product, and this is their high definition powder, and it's the translucent one. This powder, for one, is very, very messy. Even when you open it, it's just a white powdery mess. As you can see, it gets everywhere. It really does. But it feels very, very smooth, like that silicone feeling. It feels so soft. The only thing is it's very powdery, but it's a loose powder, so I can't really complain about it too much. But I will say that this does not photograph that well if you apply too much, or maybe if you apply any at all, because when I photographed with it with flash photography, it actually gave me a white cast, which is weird because there is no SPF in it. I'll put a picture on the side somewhere, but it gave me a white cast, and it just made my skin look like a ghost, kind of, which was really sad. But it's clear, so, but at the same time it's white. So if you're dark skin, see what I mean? It just spills everywhere. So if you have dark skin, I would not recommend this at all because it will give you the ghost-like appearance when you take photos. But if you're fair skin, it might work for you, but it just goes everywhere. It just goes everywhere. I don't like it at all because it's so messy. It even has a sifter inside. Here, I'll show you. There's a sifter inside, but the holes are very big. So what I would do is when you first get it, I'm pretty sure it comes with that clear insert on top of the holes. I would poke little holes using a pin in there. I wouldn't take the whole plastic thing off because it just does not sift it right at all. And as you can see, the more I mess with it, the more powder comes out. So I'm just gonna put this down. But before I put it down, it has 0.28 ounces. I'm not sure what that is in grams. Oh, 8 grams. This one's 0.28 ounces too. So yeah, these are the same amount. This is the same amount of powder in both of these. But if you're fair skinned, this would probably work for you. Does it control my oil? I don't remember. I haven't used this in forever, and I probably won't. But if it was like an emergency, or if I like painted my face white for like costume painting or something, then I would use that. But I would not recommend this for those of you who are my skin tone, like a tan skin tone or darker, because it would leave a white cast on your face. So just a disclaimer. So would I repurchase that? No, but I have it. It might come in handy for something. Okay, and the last powder that I have is another loose powder, and it's by NYC or New York Color, and it's the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder, and it is in the color 742A Natural Beige, right there. And this one has 20 grams, and this stuff will last you forever. This one isn't as messy. Well, it looks messy, but the powder doesn't fly around as much as the e.l.f. one. And they have two versions of these. They have this color, and I think they have a translucent one. I got the color one because I just didn't want the white casting to happen, because I felt like that would happen. But the texture on this, it's smooth, but not as smooth as the e.l.f. one. It doesn't feel as silicone-y. It feels more powdery. But I found back in the day when I did use this like a year or two ago, that I would apply it with a powder puff like this. This is from e.l.f. Oh, this came with that loose powder from e.l.f. I applied this with the powder puff and just pressed it on my skin, and it really did help with the oily part of the oiliness of my skin. So I think that's the best way to apply it. But you can apply it with a brush. It just will get a little messy, because I wore white one time. I applied this with a big fluffy brush. I even tapped off the excess, and it still got on my shirt. So it's very powdery, so be very careful with it. But I think this is really good. This is, I think, like $3, and you get a lot, and this lasted me a lot. And I actually used this a lot in the past, and it's still like so much in there. As you can see, there's a lot in there. So I would give this a try if I were you. It's not horrible. Like I said, if you applied it with the powder puff, it would help a lot in my opinion, and it's not as messy. So I hope that helped you in some way with powder foundations. I don't really buy that many powder foundations or powder setting powders. I don't know, I just find one and I just stick to it. Like so far I'm just going to be sticking to this True Match one. This one works really well. But yeah, I hope that kind of helped you. I will be doing more parts to this series, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be like, I think, 3 more videos to this, so please stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.